These are freshmen or something. It's way back. Malcolm, you and Leron will pass the mic back.
Yeah, pass back and forth. That was like a boxing match. I mean, it was a very physical, very aggressive game. You know, we have great respect for Purdue and how hard they play, how tough they are. Respect for Matt and how hard his kids play, how tough they are, the way they rebound, defend. So we knew that, I can use the analogy, I told them we were going to get hit, coming into the game, and that, we had to respond, obviously, coming off of Sunday's, emotional game, and I thought we did that. I thought that our kids really competed the last 28 minutes. I thought that the end of the first half was a big turning point there. We got a little bit of a boost with the run there at the end of the first half, and then really continued that the next 20 minutes. I thought we did a good job competing on the backboard. I thought we moved the ball better in the second half. I thought our guys really played with great togetherness and great toughness. Obviously, Leron was great today on the glass, as was our team, but, 13 rebounds in 32 minutes. Some of those he just went up and snatched. And I'm proud of him for staying the course. I think a lot of guys in his situation, when he didn't play quite as much there for a while, would have pouted, and he didn't do that. He learned and got better, and now is much improved from where he was, so I'm very excited about that. I'm proud of Malcolm because he had a tough end of the game the other day, and told me we were going to see how tough he was here in this next one. And I thought he played with great toughness. I thought he was really good at both ends. I have great trust and belief in him. Obviously, we ran the play there late game for him in the middle of the floor. He made a great decision, threw it to Leron, who was wide open, and Leron buried a big shot. I thought Nnanna, obviously broke the all-time shot block record tonight. Broke one of our great ones in Deon Thomas's record. He's one of the all-time greats here, and certainly we recognized him in the locker room. I think to do that, you have to not only have great knack and timing for doing it, but you have to play with great motor, and you have to play really, really hard all the time. And I just hope people are enjoying watching him play as much as I've enjoyed coaching him. There's not very many guys, 6'11", 250 pounds, that are going to lay out for a loose ball like that at the end of the game. So, it was a good team effort. We certainly weren't perfect. We won on a night where we shot 35%, but I thought our defense was better. I thought our competitive toughness was better, in particular the last 28 minutes of the game. Questions for the players?
Malcolm, you looked at the box score, and what stuck out to you there?
There was a couple things. One, LeBron with 13 rebounds. That's amazing to me, especially for a freshman. Man, double-double. I haven't even got a double-double yet. And then I saw Nnanna, 5 blocks. I know that's what he's known for, but then he had 3 steals too. And not a lot of big men get 3 steals. I just remember one he just dove on the floor like Coach said. I never seen like a 6'11" guy just dive on the floor like that. And even though we didn't score on the possession, that was big time. That kind of showed how we were playing the whole game.
Ron, what was it like going up against those towers that Purdue has, especially Hammond's?
It was fun actually because I like to go against players that's bigger than me. I feel like it's a challenge, and I like challenges. And we had to work together as a team to help stop them and help rebound over them. I wouldn't have got half the rebounds I got if Nnanna and Malcolm had been boxing out.
Leron, what's more difficult for you to assimilate? Is it offense, defense? When you have that freshman thing, you're trying to learn a whole system. What's that like?
It was both really, but the coaching staff and the players, they just told me to keep pushing and keep working, and that's what I did. And my mama, she didn't raise no quitter, so I wasn't gonna quit. And with the people behind me, the coaching staff and everybody, I couldn't quit.
Does it seem like there's just a ton of stuff that you have to remember every time you're out there?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff we have to remember, but I knew all of it. It's just sometimes you get in the game, you get into the moment of the game, and you lose focus sometimes. But I feel like like I learned it more and went over it more in practice, and coaches keep telling me what to do, then I feel like I'm learning it better, and I know it better now.
Nnanna, can we get a word from you on Leron tonight? I know you look at what he does with some pride. You can talk about what he did, and then also talk about setting the record, what the record means to you.
I mean, I think we all know Leron's one of the most hardworking players on our team, and he comes to practice every day and he plays hard, and he brings the energy, and he has a knack of having the other players feed off his energy, and that's a great asset to our team. And he's been doing it since he came here, and so his production is really big for us, and not just by the numbers and not just by the stats, but just by his energy and just by his motor. And I mean, he's really one of the biggest workers on our team, and he's gonna continue to do that.
And blocks record?
I mean, it's great, and it just speaks to I believe to be able to stay healthy these last 4 years. Just being able to be healthy, playing this great university so long and for so many games, and I just appreciate all the time I've had here, and it's just an honor to be able to come here and be able to be healthy enough to play all these games.
Then when you look at that bench, and you got all the guys playing, it seems like it could be a good game for the guys on the bench against some of you guys. I mean, how have you guys been able to handle this adversity?
Yeah, the toughness, and that's been the standard, ever since Coach Groce came here, and that's what we've maintained, and we understand. We got the players to do what we got to do, and we understand that when one player is down, the next man steps up. And this is the standard we set around here, and this is the standard we have to keep continue to meet.
How much did it appeal to you, just the nature of this game? You know the other team's going to have a 7-footer on the floor at all times. You couldn't foul out. You get in some foul trouble, but I mean, such a challenge for you. It's a challenge particularly for you. You can't fake 6'11". You're the big guy. So how much did that just appeal to you to have a game like this at this point in your career?
I mean, we understand. Not many teams have two 7-footers. It's really hard, and not just 7 foot, but they're real strong and real big. So it was a challenge, and I think as a group we did a great job. It wasn't just me, and it wasn't just Leron, it was just Hill. It was all the help we got from the backside with our guards and from our other forwards. So it was a team effort to maintain the two big fellas. But I think Hill at 6'6" to do what he did. Hammond's late in the game and allowing me to get on Davis. He did a great job battling and fighting, and he really, you could tell, he was going to let us lose. He was going to let us lose because the way how hard he worked to guard Hammonds.
Malcolm, after a tough game on Sunday and then get the win tonight, how big was tonight's win leading into Minnesota on Saturday?
I think this is a good win for us. We were actually put in almost the same position tonight. Just like Indiana, we had to fight late in the game and pull one away. We did a bad job of that against Indiana, and I think tonight we responded and did a good job tonight.
Not going to be ever guarded a 7-footer like Hammonds for that long before? What was that like?
I guarded a kid on my AU team that was 7 foot, but he wasn't nearly as physical and strong as Hammond. No disrespect to him in high school or college. He's a big time player. He covers a lot of ground too. Coach had trust in me, so I had faith in myself that I could guard him and just work really hard to keep it out there as best as I could. And I had a lot of help from the backside, so I really appreciate my teammates. Even when the shot went up, boxing them out wasn't easy. And I had the help from the rebounds to help get rebounds, and I really appreciate my teammates for that.
Leron, what did it do for your confidence to be able to come off the court a few times and get a standing ovation from the home crowd?
It was amazing. The fans is crazy here. I ain't never played in front of this many people before in my life, so it was nice. I like it. My confidence.
Leron, Coach Painter was saying you were the hardest working guy out there. Coach Groce has talked about your energy since you've gotten here. Is that kind of that energy being a constant for you? Is that almost like a philosophy for you in the way you play?
Oh yeah. If I ain't playing with energy, then I'm not helping the team in no way. I feel like that's my asset to my game is my energy.
Anything else from the players here?
Leron, before the season, I saw you get a hug from Ray's mom tonight. Before the season, Ray said that you could go over and get some of her famous macaroni and cheese if you got a double-double and a good win. So, do you have any plans now?
Yeah, Ray told me after the game, he said, "What you want?"
All right, we'll let these guys go.
Text on the schedule.
All right. Okay, grab the mic back.
Yep. Questions?
John, they don't have a lot of time left to play together. They've got some time, but the potentially kind of lethal combination of if you've got Egu out there occupying guys as he does, what that could do for Leron, the rebounder. You know, if he gets pretty hungry and on the boards like that, he could really pile up a lot of them. Could that be a real big part of what you have going forward?
Well, it obviously is right now. We've changed our team and our lineup. It seems like, several times since the spring, certainly in our minds all the way till today. So I thought guys really have bought into the next man up philosophy. Everybody plays five. We won't play five, put 5 players out there. And, have an expectation that we're going to play well. Like Nnanna talked about standards. We have certain standards offensively, defensively. How hard we play. All those different things that those guys have been taught over the 3-year window. But there's certainly a possibility of that, Steve, no question about it. But today was one game, and as Pat Riley says, he'll take consistency over greatness any day of the week. And today was one game, and kids played well. I want them to enjoy it. But then we got to get up tomorrow. We got to get back to work and get ready for Minnesota. They've got good size too, with Eliason and Walker, and they're big too. We got to come to battle again. So it's kind of the way it is in this league. But I do think from a motor perspective, those two guys are very, very similar. And I think Nnanna's done a great job of leading Leron. They have their motor and their, the way they act, all the different things that Nnanna has taught not only Leron but other players as well. But those two have kind of a special connection because of their motor.
Coach, do you think the size of the 2 Purdue players, the 2 7-footers, kind of helped them play with a little more energy when it came crashing the boards?
Purdue?
When it came to you guys crashing the boards?
Sure, you got to have more of a focus. They're big, and they're not just big because they got 2 7-footers. They have a 6'4" point guard, a 6'2" guard. They're big. They're a very, very good rebounding team. Very good. Their statistics show that. They've defended well, especially here in league play. I think that, from a size perspective, they're probably about as big as any team we played all year. Not just because of the 2 7-footers, they certainly attribute to that, but they're also big at the other positions with a lot of their lineup combinations. So our guys were aware of that, no question about it. They knew they were going to have to really focus and have an emphasis on the backboard. And I thought tonight we competed on the backboard.
At the end of the year, when you got Malcolm guarding A.J. Hammond's down in the paint, is that something, I know you talked next man up, but is that something earlier in the year you would have thought of putting him down there? Is that going to show his progression?
It does. I just had, I believe in him, and, I thought he would do a good job on him. Obviously, it's a little bit different look than typically having Nnanna or Mav or somebody like that of that size on him. And, at that juncture, we had some foul trouble with Leron and Nnanna both having 4 fouls. And so sometimes you got to roll the dice.
John, we're on, and I know you said it's coming, and it's a big recruit. You guys have so much in common. It's kind of like a proud papa, kind of seeing him blossom.
No question. I'm thrilled for him. Like I said, he has a lot of similar characteristics to Nnanna as a person, his effort, his motor, how much he cares about winning, how hard he competes, his approach to practice. And it's been great, I think. Leron will probably look back, as all of us will look back here, and a lot of the guys in appreciation of what Nnanna, how he leads non-verbally and verbally, I think is pretty special.
Do you have a moment recruiting him where, I don't know, it just kind of always sticks in your mind on Leron?
Probably visiting his home. He has a really special family. Mom Tola and Dad Ronald and, you know, grandmother Doris, and it was, I just really enjoyed getting to know his family, you know, sister Nnanna, Big Mike, I mean, all of them, they've got a great family, and there's a reason that he's the way that he is, and, you know, I certainly think that that would probably be the thing that stood out the most. I really enjoyed, you know, when I left there, you know, that day, and I kind of knew it watching him anyway, and we developed a relationship with him, but when I left there that day, I knew, you know, beyond the shadow of a doubt that he was an Illini guy.
How are you dealing with the Nash unit that increases?
Well, I'm just trying to control what we can control. You know, it's a little unprecedented, but, you know, as I said yesterday, I think you know, cards are given to you to play. You know, I have a little bit, you know, different belief with that. You know, I don't think certainly, you know, God would give us anything that we can't handle. So we've been dealt those cards for a reason, and we've got to do the best job we can every day of playing them the very best that we can. And that's really what we're focused on. You know, we're not going to have any excuses. We're not going to pout. I mean, it is what it is. Now, is it, you know, a little bit maybe more than the norm? Yeah, sure. I mean, that's obvious, but you know, some of those things we can't control. The main thing is trying to get those guys healthy, and hopefully we can get a couple of them back.
Cosby, did that affect him on Sunday in the game? The eye issue, I know it happened early in the game.
You know, I don't know, Marcus. You'd have to ask him. I kept asking him if he was okay, and obviously at that point, you know, we had no idea, you know, that he was going to need surgery or, you know, had a retinal tear. I mean, we didn't know that. You know, so, but he, you know, I asked him at halftime. He felt like he had changed out contacts and said, "Hey, I feel great, and I'm gonna be fine." And he was trying to tough it out a little bit.
Your free throwing is still remarkable. Do the guys have a competition among themselves?
I will tell you, we're not allowed to comment on that. Saying that. I thought we did a good job of being aggressive. Offensive rebounding certainly helped. You know, we had 11 offensive boards at the half. I think when you're aggressive like that, then certainly that gives you a chance and an opportunity to get to the free throw line. And you know, fortunately tonight we cashed in.
Coach, the shooting woes tonight really didn't affect the guys and, you know, overall performance and their effort. What do you attribute that for still working on even though the shots were falling?
Growing up. You gotta grow up. I mean, you know, last two games we were off the charts with our offensive percentages and efficiency. You know, tonight I thought the first half the ball stuck too much. Thought we took bad shots at times. Did not think we executed really well. I thought the run at the end of the first half kind of got us back in the game, but I thought Purdue clearly played better than us in the first half for the majority of it. You know, I didn't think we were real sharp there. You know, I just thought the ball was sticking too much. Second half was better, was much better, and I think our percentage indicated that. Now we did miss some layups in the first half. A couple of those we got to convert. But I thought we were much sharper offensively in the second half. But for sure, I think it was one of those games where we certainly didn't tie our effort on the defensive end to whether we were making shots on the offensive end.
Did you just tell the guys at halftime, let's stop with the threes, just put your head down? They shot only 3 after that.
No, I told them to move the ball. I thought we had taken some hero ball shots. I didn't think the ball moved very well. I thought our screening was average at best. And I just wanted to clean up the execution in the second half, and I thought we screened and executed better.
Did Tom Meads give you an explanation on the Jalen offensive fast break foul? Did you know
No, but I think he did. I think it was, you know, I didn't see it because I was watching Kendrick, but I trust Dustin's judgment. He thought that Jalen had fouled.
Anything else here for Coach?
Thanks, guys.
August telecom.